Is it hard to adjust to the quarter system?
I feel like going to any college from a high school to a college setting, it is going to be rough. With the quarter system, it's especially tough because everything you need to learn for in a single class is in 10 weeks.
For me, I would say that the quarter system is definitely really fast-paced.
It's a little bit harder just because it is a little bit more fast-paced.
So time passes by especially fast.
But that also means that you get to enjoy more classes throughout your time here. So you won't necessarily get bored with the content.
But I do enjoy just being able to take different classes, especially like general education ones or breadth ones that are separate from my STEM ones.
I feel like adjusting to the quarter system, it really depends on what you're used to, in regards to your workload from high school. And it also depends on the course or what you're taking as your first quarter as a freshman.
It can be hard to adjust, it's quick, but time management really is the key.
It's really important to not fall behind because system is so fast. But I think as with everything, it just takes time to adjust. So over time, you'll get used to it and you'll know what are good study habits you should build, which ones you should improve on.
The first term definitely is going to be the hardest one. Once you kind of go into your winter, spring, ideally you should kind of get them more adjusted to it, know how to feel the rhythm of the classes.
It's sort of a flip schedule. So in high school, you're in school all day, probably maybe 8:30 to 3 or something of that nature, depending on your schedule. But in college, you're choosing those classes and you may just have 2 or 3 hours a day of class. And what are you going to do with all that extra time? So that would be the time that you would actually, study, do your schoolwork, etc.
So I think it really depends on what you're used to and how hard you're willing to work to make sure that you adjust.
When can I take major-related courses?
So when you can take major-related courses is going to differ for each major.
For major-related courses, it really depends and it varies on the major. There's some majors where there are some lower division courses where you may be already taking a couple of foundational courses, which we would refer to as lower division courses.
But if you're like me, you're a neuroscience major, intro neuroscience classes aren't lower division courses, but rather upper division courses. So you're going to have to complete some prerequisite classes before you can get to those major related courses. So it's going to be different for everyone.
So to take your major related courses, you'll definitely need to fulfill all of your prerequisite classes. So this will include finishing up to math, calculus, intro biology, general chemistry, intro physics, and organic chemistry.
This is typically when you have all of the lower division courses. Depending on your major, they'll be called something like core classes. So you'll knock those out the way. Again, that's done in your first 2 years.
Typically, you take your major-related classes, the upper divisions, in your 3rd or 4th year.
Some people, they might be done earlier and could take it near the end of their 2nd year.
So personally, when I started taking major-related courses was towards the end of my sophomore year. And that's when I started taking genetics, more of molecular biology. But it really is different per major.
At the end of the day, just go ahead and ask your advisor for more assistance if you need help identifying those upper division courses.
All right, so for the next question we have, when should students use the Academic Resource Center?
So the Academic Resource Center is a fantastic tool that's available for students to use.
Students can start using the Academic Resource Center at any point in time throughout their career at UCR. Again, that is the main place you'll go to get any additional assistance and tutoring for your classes.
So I think that students should use the Academic Resource Center all the time.
I would say that students should always use the Academic Resource Center as soon as possible.
The Academic Resource Center is super helpful, especially if you're struggling in a class.
But the really fun thing about the ARC is that it is peer-based or student-based, so it's less daunting than reaching out to a professor or TA.
My favorite part of the Academic Resource Center is supplemental instruction.
The Academic Resource Center doesn't only offer just tutoring assistance, they also have supplemental instruction
where it's led by students who have previously succeeded in the class. They basically become student teachers and they get to teach it to you.
And a lot of workshops to help you be successful, including how to take notes or how to talk to your professors during office hours.
Time management or setting goals or, study habits, things of that nature.
And just answering any questions, doing practice problems. I feel that's really helpful for me to just get extra exposure to the content.
Even if you're succeeding and you're doing well in the class, it's still good to use the ARC Resource Center just to get that assistance with tutoring, follow up on some of the course material.
And also the tutorial assistance program, where you can schedule one-on-one tutoring time for any of your subject or course needs.
There isn't necessarily a start and stop period of when to use the ARC. it is free, so might as well use it while your time here.
So yeah, just using things like supplemental instruction or just tutoring from the ARC should be used all the time.